Hey guys, welcome to Sal Tries Something New. In this episode, Sal tries recipe, and I'll be making kaya. So what is kaya? So kaya is a coconut jam that's very popular in the Southeast Asian region, and especially in Malaysia and Singapore, where I'm from. And what is so special about kaya is it is made out of 4 ingredients, which are eggs, sugar, coconut milk, and screw pine leaves. And screw pine leaves or pandan leaves give that distinct aroma of kaya. And the recipe that I'll be attempting is a family recipe. It's from my dad and mom. And what's so special about this recipe is it's actually on my mom's YouTube channel called Sherry's Kitchen, and I will leave a link to her channel below, or her video below, so that you can also check out her cooking. And if you want to cook anything else, you can just drop in and check it out. And as for me, I will be trying it out to see if I can make kaya better than my dad or mom can. So wish me luck on that. So I'll just get ready right now and see you in the kitchen. I have 4 key ingredients of kaya. So we have the coconut milk, eggs, sugar, and pandan leaf. So for the eggs, sugar, and coconut milk, it has to be a 1:1:1 ratio. In my case, I measured them by weight, so it's 600 grams each. And for the pandan leaves, all you need is like maybe 10 of these leaves, and it should be good enough. And you can get it at your local Asian grocer. So the first step to this is really easy. You just need to add the coconut milk into the mixing bowl. So I need to get my, maybe get this. I'm gonna pour the coconut milk through a sieve so that I avoid any lumps that I don't want in my final kaya product. Okay, so you can see the coconut milk is really thick here. So I guess if you buy it from like freshly made, so these are not freshly made, these are pasteurized. I got it from my supermarket. And I guess if you get those that are freshly made, it might be more watery depending on the coconuts of the day, I guess. So I'm just going to sieve it through. Okay, I'm going to add the rest of it into the bowl like this. Okay. So I think kaya is kind of like a very forgiving recipe because it's really based on ratio, so it's not super strict. But of course, every kaya recipe is different. So this is my family's heirloom recipe, which I'm sharing with you. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that it goes through the sieve. And whatever doesn't go through, I'm just going to forget about it. Okay, I'm going to forget about the rest. So done. Boom. Next, I'm going to add the eggs. So I've got 600 grams of eggs, which I've cracked here, and I'm going to just add them in. Nothing to do with the sieve. And I'm going to mix them properly. So at this point, I think maybe it's better for me to whisk them. So at this point, let me just whisk them so that, I think whisking is a better idea. So that it's well mixed in this bowl. I love how the consistency is. Very smooth and creamy. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that this is well mixed. There's no bits of egg anymore. It's just everything is so integrated, right? And then add half of the sugar. Add half of the sugar in this bowl into this into the mixing bowl. Okay, I guess this is half. And again, mix it well. And then the other half, what we want to do is we're going to caramelize it so that we give that nice brown color. But also, we want to, you know, bring out that kind of like smoky flavor that that kaya has. It has that smoky burnt, kind of like, I would say burnt, but more like smoky toffee kind of flavor that caramel brings, right? So we wanna have that, okay, for sure. So kind of well mixed, I guess. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to caramelize the other sugar, the other portion of sugar. So I'm just going to add it into this bowl. Oops. Okay. The ends are going to come. You want to melt this, not cook this too much, right? So I'm going to just use really low fire. Maybe I use at 4. It's a bit of a low fire. Is it melting? Ouch! Okay, it's hot. Okay. Okay, I think 5 is good. 5 is a good heat level to melt sugar. As you can see, the sugar is melting. Like sticky consistency, which is what I want. Okay. You can see the sugar is caramelizing. Okay, it's starting to turn like brownish. So I'm just going to keep stirring. You can see it's getting darker and darker. Maybe I want it to be, you know, much darker than the current color. So I'm just gonna keep stirring it. So it's browner. Okay, so now I think the color is there. I'm going to reduce the fire, the heat. Okay, and we're going to add the mixture into the pot. So I'm going to add it really slowly. Yeah. So that it doesn't turn into custard, but it has to become kaya. So I'm actually pouring it in progressively as I stir. Okay. And I have to keep stirring. Okay. Because if I stop stirring, it might turn into custard, which I do not want. So now, you know, I want to let it continue to cook. And this is where the magic begins, the magic happens, okay? So I'm going to put in some pandan leaves. So I'm going to put in a bunch of them. Okay. So how we usually do this is we tie it like this. Okay. And we put it in likewise. Okay. So like this. A bunch of them. And then we kind of like release the flavors as we, you know, kind of like squish or squash the leaves. So we added the pandan leaf in. As you can see, making kaya is a very, very tedious process. But you know, no pain, no gain. smell is amazing. Coconut together with the caramelized brown sugar, the caramelized sugar became so like, you know, delicious smelling, and I'm sure the pandan will also add to the depth of the kaya. Oh no, did it all unravel? Cannot. It's okay. Okay, my pandan leaf is like mega fail. So yeah, I think number 5 heat is pretty good for this purpose. I think the ants are going to have a field time having all these like bits of sugar everywhere. So what we're going to do is we want to stir this mixture until it's reduced and thicken. And for kaya, the key to it is, you know, you cannot, you know, just rush into it. You know, it needs to be really lovingly stirred and, you know, mindfully tend to. Otherwise, you know, it wouldn't have the desired jam that you want, because, you know, it's really a, you know, a tender loving endeavor. And I quite like cooking because it's very meditative, and you know, I don't cook desserts very often, don't cook it very much because I don't have a sweet tooth in general, but you know, once in a while, you know, I like to cook some you know, Malaysian desserts because it reminds me of home and it's very nostalgic for me. And I think it's important for me to, you know, keep some tradition and, you know, share it with you guys. So the time is half an hour since we began this this cooking. So the key to making good kaya is to avoid having it, you know, smelling too eggy. Obviously it will smell of a little bit of egg, but you know, the key of it is to let it, you know, resemble more like coconut than egg. And this is still good. So you can, as you can see, it's thickening. Making kaya is hard work. I think, I don't know, maybe you can make this in a Thermomix. You can try. For those of you who have a Thermomix, I would love to see, you know, how you make it. You know, it's getting quite thick, which I like. You see, it's quite thick now. And my pandan is entangled into my whisk, so it's funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep stirring until it gets to the thickness that I want. So I want to reduce it further. I think it's reached a kaya consistency. This is the consistency you want of your kaya. You know? Yeah? That is kind of like, it's like starch-like consistency, but you know, not added starch, right? Really, really good. This is the kaya that I grew up with. That caramel and toffee-like coconut flavor. Delicious. I'm gonna scoop this into a jar. Wow. So good. It took me about over an hour to make this, but it's done and I'm super happy with the results. You know, it's so delicious. It has that beautiful coconut, pandan, caramelized toffee scent to it that is just out of this world. And there's just only a hint of egginess, but the egginess just adds to that body of flavor that this spread has. You know, if you have never tried kaya, you should totally make it yourself and try it because it's so delicious. It goes well with, you know, with toast and butter, or on just, you know, plain cream crackers, biscuits, you know. So have it on anything. You know, I want you to try it. I want you to tell me how it tastes. And yeah, I'm so happy that I managed to make this on my own. I want to thank you guys for watching this and joining me in making my very first kaya. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'll catch you in my next video. See you next time. Cheers. Bye, guys.